Some stories begin with power and end with mystery, and in the world of billionaires, death isn't always the end. It's often the start of an investigation that no one wants finished. These are the billionaire deaths that expose the secrets even money couldn't bury. It starts on a clear, calm morning. A helicopter goes down, no storm, no malfunction. The pilot was experienced, the billionaire on board supposedly relaxed. But investigators found nothing wrong with the machine, only with the timing. Hours before, that same billionaire was set to testify in a lawsuit involving embezzlement and government contracts. When billions are in play, coincidence feels like choreography. Try this. Next time you hear tragic accident, ask who benefited. Then there's the oil magnate who never made it to court. He was about to spill decades of political payoffs when his car lost control on a quiet country road. The irony? His company had lobbied to deregulate auto safety measures. Transparency is expensive, but silence costs a fortune. Try this. Follow the money trail behind any delayed truth. It often points to the crash site. A social media founder overdoses right before a federal privacy hearing. His platform had leaked data tied to elections, and insiders claimed he was preparing to testify. Instead, his death became a headline, and his files disappeared. Data isn't the new oil, it's the new leverage. Try this. Protect your own digital footprint. The less they know, the less they can control. Now, let's dive deeper. A Russian tycoon fell out of a hospital window, one of several to meet the same fate. Each had ties to energy monopolies, Kremlin contracts, or offshore accounts revealed in leaked papers. One even sent a final voice note saying, "If anything happens, it wasn't suicide." Hospitals have windows, sure, but billionaires have enemies with keys. From London to Moscow, their deaths echo a long pattern. Power in Russia comes with bodyguards, but no guarantees. Try this. Remember that wealth without autonomy is just a cage lined with gold. Next, a biotech billionaire whose private jet vanished over the Atlantic. He'd just patented a revolutionary anti-aging serum that rivaled pharmaceutical giants' billion-dollar interests. His disappearance left competitors suddenly safe, and his research unreleased. Innovation often invites retaliation. Try this. When you question the status quo, prepare for turbulence. A banking heir is found drowned the night before. A leak exposed his offshore accounts. The official line? Personal despair. The unofficial one? Panic over exposure. For every fortune built in secrecy, there's a reckoning waiting offshore. Try this. Never admire wealth until you understand its roots. An electric car founder dies in a crash, straight road, perfect weather, mechanical error. His last prototype promised to outpace every major brand's model. The test results never surfaced. Disruption is dangerous when it hits the wrong bottom line. Try this. Question why every great disruptor ends up silenced or bought. Now, another deep dive. A media mogul dies mid-scandal, his empire once fearless, his final investigation targeting political corruption. His death, labeled a stroke, coincided with the disappearance of files exposing high-level bribery. Across history, from Murdoch's brush with wiretaps to local tycoons dying suddenly, the lesson repeats. Truth threatens those who can't buy it. In the aftermath, whistleblowers vanish, papers retract stories, and journalists get quieter. Wealth amplifies voice, but when it challenges power, it shortens lifespan. Try this. Treat every silent story as a clue, not a coincidence. A crypto founder is found dead in a Thai villa, his hard drives gone, passwords erased. His exchange collapses days later, billions vanish, and users are told it's a tragic loss. Crypto promised decentralization, but too many billionaires ended up centralized in graves. Try this. If your money depends on one man's password, it's not your money. A Silicon Valley investor dies after hinting that AI was being weaponized. Friends say he feared surveillance. Police call it suicide. His research linked big tech to defense funding. Progress can be profitable, but not always survivable. Try this. Question innovation that's too classified to critique. A shipping magnate's suicide follows whispers of human trafficking. Investigators later find falsified records, missing ships, and payments to border officials. The logistics of evil often wear corporate suits. Try this. When an industry seems too big to fail, ask what's propping it up. A European casino mogul shoots himself twice, once in the chest, once in the head. Investigators shrug. Auditors drop the case. Some odds you just can't beat. Try this. Remember, self-regulation is the world's biggest gamble. An energy tycoon's island burns the same week he dies. Insurance calls it a total loss. Journalists call it suspicious. The fire consumed not just property but evidence from a pending corruption probe. Flames clean well. Try this. Whenever something burns right after a death, assume it's a data wipe with good PR. A defense contractor collapses mid-flight heart attack, they say. He was hours away from a closed-door government hearing on cybersecurity failures. The irony of dying before exposing vulnerabilities? Almost poetic. Try this. Notice who disappears before accountability does. A luxury developer's elevator malfunctions during a labor scandal. Workers had been protesting unsafe conditions. He'd vowed reform. His death closed the case, reopened the market. Skyscrapers cast long shadows for a reason. Try this. Don't let philanthropy disguise exploitation. In a remote chalet, an investor has found frozen windows open, laptop wiped. His private fund had been investigating elite tax evasion. The line between paranoia and precaution is thin when you're rich enough to be hunted. Try this. Isolation feels safe until silence becomes suspicious. A philanthropist dies from poisoning at a charity gala. She'd hinted her foundation was laundering money for arms deals. The champagne tasted sweet. The truth didn't. Even generosity can be weaponized. Try this. Admire actions, not titles. A mining CEO dies in a landslide the same day regulators fine his company for negligence. Nature doesn't wait for paperwork. Some called it karma, others cleanup. Try this. Remember, the planet always collects its debts. Now for the final deep dive. The tech visionary whose death became myth. He warned about AI surveillance, coded encryption tools, and spoke of patents that could end monopolies. When he died under mysterious circumstances, the internet lit up with conspiracies. Was it McAfee? Or one of dozens of innovators who foresaw too much? These figures become folklore because they embody both genius and fear. In a world where algorithms know us better than we know ourselves, dying becomes data too. Try this. Guard your autonomy as fiercely as your privacy. It's the last thing they'll try to monetize. A finance titan's sudden death unravels a global Ponzi scheme. Billions gone, governments embarrassed, families ruined. The higher the pyramid, the louder the crash. Try this. If a fortune's growth defies math, it's probably fed by lies. Finally, the hotel magnate who died peacefully amid a lawsuit over wage theft and illegal lobbying. The obituaries praised his legacy of excellence. Legacy is just secrecy polished into legend. Try this. Before admiring a legacy, ask whose silence built it. Even in death, these billionaires teach one thing. Power hides in plain sight, wrapped in coincidence and comfort. Their stories aren't just tragedies, they're blueprints of consequence. If you want more untold truths like this, stick around, because the richest stories are the ones they tried to bury.